This is the Gary Cantrell Podcast.
The Gary Cantrell Podcast for Wednesday, August 5th, 2020. And now I'm going to go to the calendar on my phone just to make sure that I had said that date right. Yep, Wednesday, August 5th, 2020. What's going on, everybody? My name is Gary Cantrell, and over there, cousin Larry.
Oh, yes. This is great. The last time
you did this podcast was 2017, like an actual show.
Yeah, it was in your original apartment, right?
Correct, yeah.
We were sitting on the couch, and I was eating original Skittles and drinking cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. I vaguely remember that. It was cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper.
You were going hard on that.
And you asked me what the appeal was for cherry and vanilla.
Yeah, so what is the appeal? I forget. Tell me.
It just tastes good.
That was your answer?
Well, when you drink soda, you like cherry Coke, right?
Yeah.
Just add vanilla to it. It's good. Cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper is the truth. You don't know until you don't know.
Dude,
until
I
you
don't
try
know.
it.
Like I'm weird about like okay, obviously I haven't had soda in a long time, but like just the thought of vanilla in the soda, like I've had it. I've had like vanilla Coke like back in the day, and I'm just like, it's weird, man. It's weird.
I guess it's an acquired taste.
Is it?
I guess it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. I don't know.
I remember when I was younger, I would sometimes, they sell little bottles of vanilla extract
Yeah.
at the grocery store, and I would take a Pepsi and just and I'd
Yeah.
put too much in it, and I'd drink it and be like, whoa, that's too strong.
Yeah. You
But-
liked a lot of crazy. I remember back in the day, there were two things. Like a lot of people don't know, we actually used to live together back in 1990, I believe it was the year 1990. And two things that Larry enjoyed the most: fudge rounds and slices of cheese. And
Woo!
my mother, she would tell the story to me. She's like, I remember I'd go and try to go make a cheeseburger or something or anything with cheese in it. She's like, we're out of cheese. There's no cheese left.
This little bastard ate all the cheese.
Yeah, you go in and eat all the cheese. And then fudge rounds. I remember one year for your birthday, like literally your birthday present was like a fucking birthday card and a box of fudge rounds.
Was it really?
Yeah. That was your birthday present. Happy
Box
birthday.
comes with 8 fudge rounds. They were probably gone in like an hour.
You know what it was? It was the 26th of January, which is your birthday, 1992, the last time the Redskins won the Super Bowl. And we were over at your dad's house, and we brought you fudge rounds.
People might be like, "What the? You got this dude snack cakes for his birthday?" But you don't understand. Like, I loved those things. I
loved them.
Loved them.
Yeah.
And I would get like sometimes our moms would buy the packs of like the Velveeta sliced cheese, and I would just eat all of them.
All of them.
I eat all.
Oh, so you weren't like a Kraft guy. You were a Velveeta guy.
Velveeta. I'm just.
You're probably like anything.
I'm a cheese guy.
Anything that's thrown in front of you, right?
I'm a cheese guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like cheese, but I could never eat it like by itself. Like,
I still
it was
do
impossible.
that with cheese, just not as much.
Really?
Yeah. I can't do it with provolone, but I do it with Swiss, and I do it with
Yeah.
sharp cheddar. The Wegmans sharp cheddar.
Yeah. I can't. I mean, I just cannot, like, I can't do it by itself. Like, I could have it on a burger, put it on a piece of, I don't know, like steak and cheese. But by itself, it's like cold, no freaking way. And I love cheese. Like, there's just no way that I could eat it cold and plain by itself.
You know what else I get down with? String cheese.
I remember the string
Those little
cheese as
bags
well.
of 12 sticks of string cheese, gone in a day. I just go through
Easily.
it in a day. Yeah, dude.
How much money do you think your mother and father, like back in the day, would have spent on you with just cheese and possibly fudge rounds? Like, I mean, like an entire like college tuition, right?
I don't know. I don't I don't know, probably, but also, gas was a lot cheaper back then.
It was like 99 cents a gallon.
People made less, but stuff was a lot cheaper back then compared to what it is now, I think.
Could you imagine, like, being an adult back then, how different that would have been like? I can't even, like, picture it because it's kind of hard to, like, imagine.
I know not my first car, which was it ended up being my second car, which is an old Honda Civic that I bought from my stepdad's parents.
Right.
Had like almost 100,000 miles on it. By the time I got rid of it, it was about to kick rocks, man. It was about to die. But it would be on a quarter of a tank, and I'd put like $10 in it, and it would fill it up.
Yeah. No shit.
You can't do that nowadays.
No freaking way. Can't. It cost me like $20 to $25 to fill up my car right now.
I used to drive to Florida all the time to visit my grandfather, and we stopped in Georgia on the way there one day, and this Texaco was 75 cents a gallon.
Really?
I'm not making that up. Yeah, kids, 75 cents a gallon.
That's crazy.
That's the cheapest I've ever seen gas since I've been alive.
Yeah, that's probably the cheapest that I actually like remember it being was like around 75 cents. I don't remember it any cheaper than that. Although our parents, I'm sure, could probably tell stories.
Yeah. Stories galore. I tell you what, between the two of us, we're not short of stories.
Well, I mean,
tell you that.
There is one famous story if you really want to share it. I don't think we shared it on the last podcast, did we? Like the hamburger story? You want to go there?
The hamburger story. I have to let you tell it.
Since we're on the topic of food, so this was probably like 94, 95, had to have been. Like, it was the first couple of years I was in the townhouse with my mom and stepdad. They had bought this place, or they were renting it at the time. They didn't buy it until like 96, I think. Anyway, whatever. So we were having burgers for dinner, and Larry over here decided that he was, I don't know if it was either a combination of being full or maybe he just didn't like the flavor of the burger. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
I really don't remember.
Well, that is a long time ago. I don't expect you to remember it.
I don't remember why I did what I did.
Okay. So he decided that, it was a better idea instead of like a civilized human saying, you know what, I didn't really like this burger. I'm just gonna say, you know what, I'm like, I didn't like it. I'm gonna throw it away. When I wasn't looking, probably when I was in the restroom, this guy hides the burger underneath the couch. Underneath the couch.
I already can't take it. Because you just say burger under the couch, and I'm done, dude. Like, I just lose it.
Like, you thought it was a better idea to hide a burger on the carpet, knowing damn well that nobody's going to go under there for years, by the way.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I really don't.
He couldn't throw it away. He didn't have the heart to throw it away, but he wasn't going to eat it. He's like, well, this couch is going to eat it. And so anyway,
maybe if I just kind of slide it under the couch, nobody will ever. Nobody will know.
Joke's on you, buddy. I think we were rearranging the basement. I think that's how we discovered it. My mother said, "What is this?" She didn't know what it was. And you see like this formation that's got like dust.
Oh God, my chest.
And like mildew like covered all over it. And it's like glued to the carpet. We had to go to the grocery store and rent a fucking steam cleaner to get this thing off the carpet.
Dude, I'm laughing so hard my chest like hurts. Like it really hurts.
We're just coming out with all the hits right now.
I just imagine I'm going, what is that? You just said there was like a formation.
Oh, it looked pretty bad. Oh
God. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't.
Yeah. Well, tell that to my mother. She was the one that had to like clean it up. Explain that to her, Larry.
Oh God.
I don't know. But yeah, so that was pretty wild. I'm trying to think if there's any like other like wild stories since we're on the topic of childhood. I don't know. By the way, for those of you guys that don't know, Larry and I, we have known each other since we were like little children. We're about 8 months apart, 7 months, 8 months, something like that. Our parents are first cousins, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, her mom, my mom, first cousin. So ever since we were around and they were hanging out together.
We're 5 months apart.
Okay.
I had to count on my hands. Sorry.
How the fuck you get 5 months? February,
August, September, October, November, December, January.
Oh, I thought we were counting the other way, like February, April, May, whatever. I just skip March. I don't know.
I was never good at math.
I was never good at math. Anyway, point is, ever since like we were young and our parents hung out, we've been around.
Yeah.
And then I remember my first memories of us hanging out together was in my grandmother's old apartment. I remember we were watching like the old school Batman on TV, and we had the little Batman
Seminary
wheel.
Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't too long after that. I guess our parents like decided. Do you remember how that worked? Like they just decided, hey, let's get a place together.
I think, yeah. And I remember we lived there for, I think, like a week or two before y'all moved in. Because I remember being like, when are they going to move in? When are they going to move in?
Right.
I was like lonely.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't play with myself. I was like, but
Yeah.
I was bored. I'm like, come on, when are they going to move in?
Yeah. That was, and that was weird too. Cause like we like hung out, and then like not too long after that, we were moved in together. It was just like, oh, okay, cool. Like I mean, that's just how it worked. And then like it was. I will say like for us like playing together, like it was cool, but there was definitely like, because I'm like an only child, and so it's more difficult for me to share. Like I remember I had Mario 3, and like as a kid, it would piss me off. I don't know why it would piss me off. It pissed me off that like I'd wake up like on a Saturday morning and this little shit is playing my Mario 3, and I haven't even got up to play it yet. And he's been playing it for like 3 hours because he's been up all day eating fucking cheese and fudge rounds.
Really?
Just playing Mario 3. And so
I was playing Mario 3?
Yeah, and I remember I took it to like the nth level. Like I was like, all right.
I don't remember why I couldn't get it. Probably because I don't remember why I couldn't get it. I think it's because we lived together and you had it.
Yeah.
So mom was like, we don't need to get you one.
But I was being a little stingy little bitch, and like
That's just
I wrote on a marker on the back, only Lee can play this, because we went by my middle name Lee. It's like only Lee can play this game. And then like I remember like one day I was playing something of yours, and your mother walks in and she's like, "Oh no, you can't play with that. If he can't play with your games while you're not around, you can't play with his games while he's not around." I'm like, oh.
I think back then our but they're still close, you know. I think I think they were a lot younger. Like back then, they were like way more tense.
Yeah,
but they were also a lot younger too, you know.
That's true. Yeah, no. I'm not throwing any kind of shade. I'm just saying like that's what it was. It was crazy, man. Like trying to like from my perspective, like, and I'm trying to like put myself in my young child brain. It's like I'm like having to share with somebody else. Like it's almost like I'm having a brother. But like I'm not used to that because I'm like the only child, whereas you had Jennifer, your older sister, so like you had a sibling. You guys get along always when you were younger, or did you like bug her or she bug you or?
Yeah, other than like the small pranks, like doing this, mixing soap and water and telling her it was lemonade and she'd drink it or take a sip of it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
And she'd gag and I'd like make little aluminum foil fingernails and act like I was Freddy Krueger. But other than that, we got along. Still get along.
Yeah. So it was never hard like having like sibling.
No, I mean she's 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm sure she probably like pulled some pranks on you, I'm sure. She ever like mess with you?
Not really.
Not really. Yeah.
And back to the Mario 3 thing really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the best video game of all time.
Undoubtedly.
Hands down.
It's the best. I'll drink to that.
Not the best Mario game ever, the best video game ever.
Yeah, fight me on that, by the way. Mario 3 is the best. I got to tell you. That game was, I mean, it's not a video game podcast, but it was amazing. And then I remember the year lease was up and like we were gone. Y'all stayed at there for a while, right?
Yeah. Well, the magic happened when we combined our toy collections.
Oh my God.
That was like...
There was like one day where like you guys had unearthed like a couple of boxes of action figures. And it was like Christmas for me because these are figures that I had literally never seen. Like, I don't even think I knew they existed because I wasn't paying attention. And it was like all like, the superhero stuff. And I'm like, this is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
It's like, it was so amazing.
Any superhero you could think of.
Yeah,
that was my jam.
Batman, Robin, The Flash.
I'm a DC Comics guy.
I hope those were all DC that I spouted off. Okay.
I
don't know anything about that stuff.
I had some Spider-Man figures, but mostly like basically all the Justice League people, like you said, Batman, Robin, Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman.
You had all those.
Martian Manhunter, yeah, dude. If it wasn't like the Justice League people, like all the DC Comics people, it was Thundercats and Masters of the Universe.
Right.
Had all that stuff.
All of it.
Yeah, that was like my jam. That's the stuff I was into.
Yeah. I mean, I was into like wrestling and stuff, but that didn't come until like later, like after I moved out, like 92. Because we were there for like a year and then we left and then you guys stayed.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened after that.
I don't know why we even left. I guess maybe my mom and Brian were just like, they were getting more serious and they knew that like we were probably going to move in soon. That's my guess.
But the Christmas.
That was an awesome Christmas.
We got the original Nintendo Game Boy for Christmas.
We got that. We each got the same Super Mario doll.
Yeah.
Which is in one of my mother's closets still, but I ripped the hat off. I don't know why.
Well, we liked the same stuff.
I got New Kids on the Block tape. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get one?
Block. I don't remember.
Yeah. I remember. I'm so embarrassed to say this.
I remember when I went to Florida to visit my grandfather one summer, and I bought their debut album on cassette.
Did you?
At a store. Joey McIntyre looked like a little dweeb. He was like I swear he was probably like 13 or 14. Like they were on the cover, and they were all really young.
Yeah, I remember when we went to J.C. Penney's at Springfield Mall to get dolls. You had the Donnie Wahlberg doll, and I had the Jordan Knight doll. Yes, two boys had the New Kids on the Block toys.
Fight me.
Fight me. How about that? No. Isn't that wild?
We were into them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just good. To me, it was good music. I mean, it was definitely Jennifer, her influence, because she was listening to him like all day and all night.
She had all those teen bot magazines and like her
Joey McIntyre posters all over the freaking bedroom.
Funny story about her and one of her friends. They drove to Boston, Massachusetts, and found out where each of them lived. And they went to their houses. They actually met 3 of them.
They met 3 of them.
They met.
Get out.
They met Danny. They met Danny. I think they met
Jonathan.
One
Jordan.
of the brothers.
I would have preferred to meet Jordan.
And off a side note, they met Mark Wahlberg too.
No, get out, bro.
Like right before like the Marky Mark days. They have the pictures somewhere, dude.
They got pictures?
Yeah. They just drove. They're like, oh, we're just going to Massachusetts.
Because you know how it is with the internet today. No pics, no proof.
Oh, I know, but like they were just like, oh, we're going to Massachusetts.
God, if I was
and
Jennifer,
they just found out where they lived somehow, and they went to their houses and just knocked on the freaking door.
Yeah, if I was Jennifer and I'm not, I would totally find that picture, and that would be like every one of my social media like profile pictures. Like I'm like, that's freaking Mark Wahlberg. Like that would go up everywhere. Are you kidding me? I'd be like all about that.
There was a memories. I vaguely remember you had to remind me of is when we went to a if it were still around now, I'd be going there. A little music store called Waxy Maxie's.
Oh my God, yeah, I got Vanilla Ice to the extreme there while we were living together. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up the stage and watch it jump like a candle. Dance. Yeah.
You bring like a poisonous mushroom, deadly.
Yeah.
And I had bought the Batman Forever soundtrack on cassette. I remember Jennifer used to, 6 years ahead of me, she'd pick me up from school.
Right.
And she had this cassette and her tape player, the Jerky Boys 2.
Oh, man.
And that's when she damn near drove off the road because we were crying. And I don't remember how old I was when I first drove. Maybe 11 or 12.
Right.
I was crying. Like, I've never heard anything like that. And the first cassette I ever purchased, Green Day's Dookie.
No kidding.
Very first cassette, yep.
Yeah, that was a blue tape. Remember all the Warner Brothers tapes back in the day were blue.
Reprise Records.
Reprise was owned by Warner, yeah.
And you were saying we would listen to the radio and
record songs.
Yeah, we'd record songs off the radio. Sometimes they'd introduce the song and you get lucky, and you could push record early. And other times the song would just start like crap, and it would start like the recording would start a few seconds late.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true.
The good old days.
The good old days. You try to catch the song, and it was just like, a few seconds in. Or if they like screwed up the intro where you had the hot jack on there, DC 101 coming up next. When I come around, yeah, and like they're already midway through the riff, and you're like, oh, I don't want to hear this stupid radio guy. I want to hear the song. Like, come on, guys. It was rare though. It was actually rare where you would hear just the song.
Yeah.
So
it would happen a lot.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but like when I think about like songs we record on the radio, for some reason, like Until It Sleeps Metallica is the first thing that comes to my mind. So tell me open but be gone. How long will you hurt anyone? Yeah. I don't know why. That's the first one that comes to mind. And like the funny thing is, like, you would know that like years later I'd become like a big Metallica fan, but like that was like some of my first exposure to them was the Load stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy because that's
people shit on Load, but I love Load, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, Load is good. Reload's kind of
yeah.
Memory Remains is good. Fuel.
There's like 2, maybe 3 good songs on an album.
People don't like Unforgiven 2, but I thought it was all right.
Yeah,
I thought it was all right. But yeah, I mean, and it's funny because as we mentioned in the last podcast we did, we ended up getting into music. We told the whole story. You guys can go back. It was episode 5, by the way. This is episode. I don't even know what episode number this is, but it's like 160 something episodes.
Jesus, later. It was like one of the first few you did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
wow,
y'all can go check that out if you so desire. But we told our whole musical story. But
we're back and we're doing it again.
We are. So you guys may remember or hear on either seeing the podcast or listening to Behind the Song, where we talked about some of the music stuff we did. Well, there was a band that we were in 2001 to 2002. Yeah, it didn't last very long, called Good Day Gone. And I don't know, somewhere along the line, I think in one of the podcasts, I was just editing it. I was like, God, we need to go back in and fix that. Like, that would be, we could make this so much better. And then, like, you were like, yeah, we can.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's crazy. You're more comfortable with, you're more like I wasn't a big fan of how my vocals sounded. Listen to it now. I'm like, I listen to it and I'm just like,
yeah, it's not.
I kind of cringe a little bit.
Yeah.
And yours are still, for the time, yours are still pretty good. I'm just like, man, like,
I don't know, man. I'm not like super confident in my abilities on
but
that.
we found out, the guy that originally recorded us, we can completely re-record the vocals.
Yes.
With our current voices.
So, I found the master CD, which is, or not, like, it's like the mastered versions. And I remember, that was what we used to do the Behind the Song. And we released one of them, or maybe it was the watch along for the concert.
Yeah.
But Ben, he commented on it, said, I got a surprise for you.
I saw that.
Yeah, and he said, here's the original wave files to all those, like the high quality waves. I'm like, oh, now we have the high quality wave files of these songs. So maybe we'll just upload them to Apple Music and Spotify, which we did. And just to have them up there. Like, I was like, in my mind, I'm like, they should take their place in history. Like, I mean, it's a who gives a fuck EP, but it's like at the same time,
they should be out in the world.
It should be out in the world, I feel.
And when this bitch Corona leaves town, we can, actually go in and actually re-record brand new vocals.
Yeah, so
not
that's
completely brand new, as in we're gonna re-record
Yeah.
The vocals.
We're going to try to sing in key is what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We're not going to change any of the lyrics.
no, I think we're going to keep them the same. But I am excited. I'm curious to hear like what our voices 20 years later sounds like on that music.
Yeah, it'll probably be very interesting.
Yeah.
Because
and hopefully a lot better, because otherwise we'd waste a lot of money.
Yeah. We did the acoustic thing, and that turned out good.
Yeah.
We just didn't keep doing that, but that's like the best our vocals have ever sounded.
Well, we've been busy.
Hands down.
We've been busy later. More on that soon. But
Yeah.
so yeah, we put our heads together and we're like, why don't we just go back and just redo the vocals? And while we're at it, maybe a slightly tweaked mix. Obviously, there's some stuff like I feel like in a lot of the songs I can't really hear Chris very well. Like we need to turn him up a little bit. And I think in the original mix, the vocals were kind of like buried. I don't want to say buried, but like they were just kind of like low. And so I think there's some stuff we can do to tweak the mix a little bit too.
Chris's drumming's amazing, but it sounded like somebody took a big like triple ply blanket and just threw it over him and the drums. It just sounds like very like muffled.
Yeah,
the drums.
Because when he's like like getting into it, like I want to feel that. I want to feel the kick of the drum.
Yeah.
I want to hear that snap of the snare. Like I want to feel all that stuff.
Like a very like punchy sound, You want
exactly.
to be, like, punchy.
Exactly. I'm trying to think of like records that come to mind that are very like I think the second 4 Year Strong record like has one of those kind of sounds. There's a couple of different records that I can think of that obviously for whatever reason I can't think of right at this moment, but when I hear them like, oh yeah, that record just sounds good. Like whenever I would have like a stereo that needs a new equalizer setting on it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put this album on, whatever this album is, because I know that it's gonna sound good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Exactly.
And I don't know how much we're actually gonna be able to do with it. I know
the new vocals or the mix of the music.
A little bit of everything, because I know Ben was like, "Oh, I need to look at the CDs and make sure that we can do like some stuff." But I'm hoping, man. Here's hoping.
And we're gonna, the plan whenever we can get back in there is we're gonna plan on doing acoustic versions of each of the 4 songs. So that'll be fun too. That'll be a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I don't know though. I need to brush up my guitar skills. They're a little rough.
Yeah, I think I forgot how to play.
Yeah.
I didn't forget how to play, but I pick up the guitar and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, what is going on here?
What am I doing?
I don't know. I'm sure there's probably people that are thinking like, okay, well, what's the end game here? And I'm like, there really isn't an end game for me. Like it's something that's very personal in the aspect of it feels incomplete. It's not like, oh, I want to bring back Good Day Gone as a band again and be like a full-time band. Like that's not really crossed my mind. Now, if somehow we put this thing out there and somehow it goes viral and people hear it, which by the way is absolutely not going to happen, but if it did, okay, then maybe we talk about that. But like for right now, it's like, to me, this just feels like an incomplete project that I would like to see be complete.
Yeah, the original, as it is on Apple Music right now, there's no way that goes viral. There's not a chance.
No, there's no way. Yeah.
There's no way.
It'd be cool if it did, though. I mean, go and stream it if you want. I mean, it's totally cool. I put the old demo up there, too.
I know.
So all of our recordings are up there now.
If you wanted to go on iTunes and actually purchase it, between the little 2-song demo sampler thing and the 4-song EP, that's 6 songs total, probably worth maybe $1 total for everything.
Yeah, we're lucky to see even $1 from that.
I know. I'd probably say maybe $3-4 total maybe. I'm not going to sell ourselves short, but,
And then you split it 4 ways, and it's just like, hey, we made a couple quarters today. All right.
It's like only if we could do then what we could do now.
It feels like unfinished business to me, and it's just like I want to see the project like through, done, boom. That's pretty much where I'm at with it.
Yeah, what I was going to say is like basically we did complete it, but we didn't. Like all the songs have lyrics and vocals, and it was we went through the final mix, but we want to finish it like the right way.
Yeah, I don't want to say like
know?
I don't feel like we rushed through it, but I just feel like
We definitely could have done better.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But we kind of always had this attitude where we're like, oh, that sounds good. Yeah, that's cool. Just leave it like that. And it's just like, no.
Get the fuck out of my band.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're like, oh, that sounds pretty good.
So if all goes well, if everything works out according to plan, we'll probably go in like the fall and finish it up 19 years later. Swing for the fences, baby.
Yeah, that's gonna be epic.
Yeah, I look forward to that. But speaking of epic, we're kind of buried the lead here. The reason why we're here, and this is airing 2 days after the premiere, but Gary and Larry's Edible Adventures.
Yes.
We started a YouTube channel about cool foods and stuff. We're here in Ocean City, Maryland.
This is airing 2 days after the Edible Adventures will air.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back on track. Sorry.
I feel like I should leave that in.
Probably should.
Yeah. Larry, I don't clue Larry in a lot of stuff. He just kind of figures it out as he goes along.
I'm flying blind here.
He's flying blind.
Flying blind.
So yeah, 2 days ago, the Edible Adventures aired worldwide and on YouTube. And how'd you think the first episode went?
The first episode is yes, Benny Vitale's.
Yes, Benny Vitale's.
Am I revealing too much information?
No, Benny Vitale's. Get it? Benny Vitale's.
Yeah, I gotta speak into the microphone.
Yay, Larry!
I'm a bit of an airhead. I lost some brain cells.
I love him to death.
But yeah, we ate at Benny and the first one we eat at Benny Vitale's, the big 28-inch pizza.
Yeah.
Ginormous.
Man, that was a big pizza. It filled up my whole trunk.
Yeah.
I put that thing in the trunk. People were like, you put your pizza in the trunk? Yeah, because that's the only place it fits.
We were only able to eat 2 slices each.
Yeah.
We were dunzo.
Down
for the count.
Out like a light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah. And for a first, I'd say it went really well for the first, video we did.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it went very, very well.
Naturally, we can't reveal all the info, but we've got a few recorded. We've got a few recorded already.
And we're here in Ocean City to record a few more.
Yes, we're gonna be doing more. We're gonna be eating a lot.
Yeah. Where did the hell did this idea come for a YouTube channel anyway? You remember? I don't remember now.
We were talking about music, I think, and we were just talking about how we love just working together on stuff, and whenever we collaborate on something, the result's always awesome. We started talking about food, and you just was like, "Oh, we should go around and do videos talking about food and stuff," and that was it.
Yeah,
That's it. Oh, yeah, and then we realized how fun it was, and
right,
it just stuck.
Hey, can't go wrong there.
Plus, I mean, I've seen the rough cut of the first one, and it's cool watching us.
Yeah,
Just shoot the shit with each other, and then
we're recording this way in advance, by the way. He just broke the fourth wall.
yeah. Ooh.
June 19th, our 20-year anniversary, which I think we said earlier, graduation, whatever.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
But we like watching ourselves to just shoot the shit and just be funny with each other and eat awesome food and talk about it. It's entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
And it's fun to do.
I'm having fun with the editing. That's the one thing that I've become enamored with is the creative process of how to put the video together, adding narration and stuff. That's a lot of fun.
And what am I doing?
Eating.
I'm just sitting there and eating, and I'm kind of I'm definitely not the comedic relief. I do some goofy stuff, but I mean, I guess I'm kind of there hey, ladies, look at me, But,
yeah.
I'm learning some, some things. Got myself a GoPro.
Yeah, you're becoming a vlogger now and stuff too.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
It's awesome. It's fun. It's fun. The
Yeah.
camera, getting into tight spaces with a good quality camera.
Right.
Different angles and stuff.
Yeah.
Putting the camera between the legs did earlier. I just realized how that sounded, but I was laying on the bed, just different angles, and I just had my legs stretched out.
Oh, you're talking about your legs.
And I just had the camera, and I just kind of went down by my feet. It was a cool camera angle.
He's talking about his legs. I thought he was like trying to make like a joke or something.
No.
I don't know. But you're
pretty cool though.
You're enjoying the process.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. So I don't know, like, what do you see for this channel? I mean, like, where do you see it going and everything?
I honestly see it, getting fairly popular fairly quickly. I don't mean like in like a month, but I mean like.
Quite the narcissist. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I think it's going to get traction and take off pretty quick.
Well, they always say
quicker than just a regular channel.
Well, they always say like your YouTube channel. All the experts say you should niche it down. All right. Well, we're eating food. Like, is that niche down enough for you? Like,
I just think the word niche sounds funny.
Yeah, niche, however you want to say it.
What does niche it down mean?
Like, it means like focusing on one particular topic,
which is food.
Yeah, but actually, if we wanted to niche it down more, we could be like only pizza or only steak and cheese or only burgers. Like, there's so many different ways to like properly niche it down.
I don't know if your channel is niche enough.
I don't know. What I like about it is like we have no idea what we're doing, but we're figuring it out as we go along. Yeah. That's what I like. That's the fun we're having.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I never thought I would say it's fun to eat food.
Well, he is putting on a belly. I'm very proud of him.
He's putting on a belly.
He's going to be caught up to me soon, I think.
I look like one of those dudes you'd see like on a milk carton.
Yeah.
Or like one of those infomercials, like for just 19 cents a day, you can give. Oh, God, forgive me for that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I've always been really skinny. I have a high metabolism, but I think because I'm getting older now, it's slowing down a bit because I'm getting a little bit of a belly. Then again, I'm eating my face off.
Yeah.
I'm like actually finishing meals.
One of the things that's not really in the video because we wanted to keep it niched down is we actually go out for like long walks, big exercise before we even eat at these places.
I was talking like, now let me jog to the mailbox. Let me walk to the mailbox. Then we go on like 5-mile walks.
Yeah. No, Burke Lake. We go walk around there 100 times. So we're doing it up as big as we can. I mean, we're trying to like. That was my whole thing too, because obviously, I lost a lot of weight. I've gained some back, and even though we're only taping like one day a week, I still want to be extra active on the day where we're going and potentially eating a bunch of trash. It doesn't look like trash; it looks like very good stuff. But I'm trying to stay somewhat conscious of that as best as I can.
There's a lot of people watching out there that genuinely love food.
Yeah, I'm included in that. So, I don't know. I mean,
we got some good stuff recorded so far. We've got like a big list of places we got to go.
I know, and we were talking about like filming like 3 or 4 videos while we're here in Ocean City. I don't know how we're gonna do all that, but we have some ideas.
You're probably wondering why I'm yawning. As we're recording this, it's
what time is it?
1:55 in the morning.
1:55 in the morning. We're really breaking down the fourth wall now. We're sitting here in a hotel room. I got a light up here. I got the camera over here. Mike's here, and we're recording at almost 2:00 in the morning. I just looked for my watch. It's not there. It's good. It's good.
If you could see our faces up close, we're just like kind of like mentally gone.
Yeah.
But we're pushing through it.
The camera has overheated 4 times now. We didn't tell you guys all this.
It's like we're going to wake up full from the dinner we had.
Oh, my God. We got filming day tomorrow. But point is, we filmed quite a bit.
Yep.
And I like what we got. I like the one we did at Malik's a lot. I'm a big fan of that, which I haven't even edited that yet, but that is coming soon. So... the best is yet to come, man.
Yes.
So, like, I mean, what would you say is probably, like, your most top place that you want to go? Is it, like, a place you've never been? Or, like, what is a place that you're like, I gotta go here.
Or that I want to do a video for like soon.
Yeah.
White Castle.
White Castle.
I've been there
Yeah.
twice, coming back from Six Flags, but
But you want to do a video.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah. For me.
Knock back like 8 sliders, dude.
Oh my God. Stop it. I want to do Chaps Pit Beef. I've been there many times, but
I want to try that Lewis barbecue place in South Carolina.
Oh my God.
I was watching your vlog. That was making my mouth water.
It's going to be a long drive. We have to do it on a Friday, though, to get their beef and cheddar. It's the best.
Beef and cheddar. That sounds good.
I'm telling you right now, Lair, it's the best.
All hail the meat eaters.
Yeah, that's right. Meat eaters.
Meat eaters.
No, I'm not here to make anybody be a meat eater if they don't want to be. No. But yeah, all hail the king, Lewis Barbecue, the best.
I'm anxious. That's on the list.
It is on the list.
As is Chaps.
As is Chaps. But Chaps we can do very soon because it's like within an hour of my place. So I don't know. I think it's going to be fun. Like I said before, like we don't really know what we're doing, but we're going to figure it out as we go along. That's the key.
And I think we've been doing pretty damn good for figuring it out as we go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Somebody outside talking. I don't know.
Somebody outside.
Yeah.
I mean,
if we sound like we're tired, guys, it's after 2 a.m. now.
2 in the morning.
2 in the morning. So let's put a bow on this shit. TheEdibleAdventures.com, The Edible Adventures on Instagram, The Edible Adventures on Facebook, Edible Adventures on Gary and Larry's Edible Adventures on YouTube. Go at it.
Yes.
The first episode, Benny Vitale's 28-inch large pizza is out now. Larry, where can they find you?
They can find me. Oh, on the social stuff. At Mr. Larry Mullins on Instagram.
All right. Is that the only place you want him to go?
I mean,
Gremlin Man?
Yeah, if you're into the TikTok thing, at Mr. Larry Mullins.
At Mr. Larry Mullins everywhere.
Yeah.
He's a superstar in the making, folks. We're grooming him to be an amazing social media influencer.
Yeah. Influencer.
No, I hate that word. But anyway, yeah, so Mr. Larry Mullins, and that's going to do it for us. I know, we're really tired. We waited way too late to do this. The camera kept shutting off, but if I've done my job right, this podcast will sound somewhat seamless. So I've got my work cut out for me.
And we said, fuck it, we're gonna eat this big pizza, and we're going to go back to the room and record the podcast late at night.
Yeah, like a bunch of idiots. So anyway, that's going to do it for me, for Larry. Check me out at Gary Cantrell literally everywhere. Gary'sPodcast.com, hardworkalwayswins.com, patreon.com/Gary Cantrell. There's a link in bio on Instagram that takes you to like all the different places where you can get the podcast. YouTube, Facebook Watch, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Stitcher, Google Play, everywhere. Leave a review, 5 stars if you can. Tell people what you like about the show, why they should check it out, etc., etc., etc. Larry, this was fun. I know we're really tired, but I thought, this would be like a raw look at us late at night. It's
raw
real.
Look.
It's real.
It's real. It's not 2 o'clock.
What?
It's not 2 o'clock in the morning somewhere else. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So we're going to get the hell out of here, but thank you guys so much for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. And talk to you guys again soon. See ya.